I guess we got to use the broken down pen stylus. Ratchet stylus. Draw a picture. And what is 107 plus 15? 122. And 122 plus 15 is 137. For those that are listening and not talking while I'm talking because it's rude. 107 minus 15 is what? I'm sorry. 90 what? And 92 minus 15 is 67. Now, turn back to the empirical rule. What page was the empirical rule on? It was in chapter 3, I think, or chapter 4. Somewhere in there. Well, I didn't know. 77. Go back to the empirical rule. And this is for those people that don't understand what the 75th percentile is. What page was the empirical rule on? Anybody write it down? I know y'all wrote it down. I just got to find it. Page 103. Tell me the percentages. We know that 2.5 is here, and 2.5 is here. And then in the middle, isn't it? What's in the middle? What's the two sides right here? 34% on both sides? 34 and 34. And then this one's the one I always forget. What's these? 14. Alright, so which way do we read? Left to right. So add them up until you get close to 75. It's going to be right in here. So add up these. 34 and 34, 68. 68, that's 82, right? Or 72?
68 plus what?
68 plus 14.
That's 82.
That's 82, so that's too much. So 2.5, that's 16.5. 16 plus this is 40, 50, 16. 50 plus that is 34. That's 84. So 84 is right here at z-score of 1. 84 is right there at z-score of 1. So here is our 84%. So 75% would be somewhere in here. .7500. Huh? Now, they want to know the IQ score that represents that line. Okay? But we can't calculate the IQ score if we don't have a z-score. So we pull up our handy dandy table 2 and find 0.7500. 0.7500 is between $74.86, that's 14 cents, and $75.17, which is 17 cents. So the closest one is 0.67. Is that what y'all got? So how do we get this? 0.67. So now we have a z-score, and we know that x is equal to Oz plus mu. Find the closest number to 0.7500 in the body of the table. Now, go ahead and use your calculators. Do inverse norm. and punch in 0.7500 and hit enter. See what you get.
You know what I do that first?
You're checking your table. Can I teach the class? Is that all right? Can I be in charge for a while? Second bars, inverse norm, 0.7500. What do you get? Point what? 0.675. So that's close enough for government work. Now, x is equal to odds plus mu, so that's 15 times 0.67 plus 107. Somebody crank that out for me. 177.05. Now, as you said, I'm sorry, what? Now, just leave me astray. That's all right. 117 point what? And that number goes right there. Of course, I would have seen 177, and I would have drew it right there, and I would have said, what? No, 177 is way out here, so I would have seen it. You would have called it if you were made that mistake on the test. Now, I'm going to punch in 3 for the answer, because I want to show you something. Because some of y'all said, well, I got 0.675 or 0.68.
Priority 1
Well,
message coming in on
hold on.
secured channel.
And what did they get? Okay, 117.1. Okay, they said round to 1 decimal place. In some of these problems, they give you a window of plus or minus 0.01 or plus or minus 0.001. Y'all know what that means? Or below it. So if you put in, they might do 6.2 plus or minus 0.0 or 6.21 plus or minus 0.01 and 3.275 plus or minus 0.001. And when they do that, that means that your answer can be 3.274, 3.275, or 3.276. 6.20, 6.21, 6.22. So they give you a window, and this problem didn't because they told you to round to the nearest tenth. Usually when they tell you to round to the nearest highest place value, that usually means that they're not going to have a window. Okay? All right, try that one. We did that one, didn't we? Is that the military? No, this is the doorway. All right, y'all do the doorway. I'll blow it up a little bit. This is a test question. That's all I can do right there. So maybe I can move it around up here. Are y'all copying the question down? They're trying to get me in a bad mood. And heaven forbid somebody in here needs any points to make the next highest grade. Trying to find a punching bag. took everything out of my garage and made it into a gym. Because I get tired of going to the gym. So far I've got like $1,200 in it, which ain't bad. Since I don't have anybody using the carport, the gym, the garage anymore. My truck's too long to fit in it. I'm sorry, ma'am. Yeah.
So we're trying to find the 95th percentile.
I haven't even read the question.
It just says sufficient for all men except the tallest five.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And this one, it helps very much to draw a picture. And what I usually do is I draw the men's picture up. I would draw the men's distribution at the top and the women's at the bottom, and then I draw the line through both of them, so it'll make a little bit of sense to me. Two different, yeah, one line, because they want it at the 95th percentile or something like that. So what I would do is draw a picture here of the men in blue and fill it in. Y'all gonna have to help me because I ain't doing those decimals in my head. 68.6 right here, and then what's the 2 to the right? 71.4. 74 point what? All right, and to the left? And 63. And now I'm going to take the red marker and I'm going to and what are they? 63.8. What's the 2 to the right? 66.3. I'm sorry, I can't hear from people talking. And to the left? And okay, so what we've just done is we've just taken the first line out and the second line out. All right, the standard doorway height is what? 80 inches. So you're going to take a handy dandy green marker and you're going to plot 80, which is way over here. So I'll just draw my and just for giggles, go ahead and give me that third standard deviation on the women and the third standard deviation on the men. Yeah, positive. What's the third on the men? 77 on the men. And what is it on the women? 71. I'll just say 71. Just so you can see. Actually, I need to move that line a little bit over, but it ain't gonna let me, so I'm not gonna worry about it. All right, so 80 is the magic number. All right, so that takes care of this guy. What am I doing? You've got a big A paragraph up there, and what do y'all do on a test when y'all see something like this? You skip it, or you talk yourself out of doing it. One of the two.
I just like
That is not a good thing to say to me. Are you one of those people that can't make change? Okay. Where do you work? Where do you work? Where does she work? Bojangles. Which one? Which one? Okay. I'll be up there. Okay. Can you make change? Well, then you ain't got anything to worry about.
You're gonna come in there with like.
I'm gonna come in there with a video recorder hidden, and I'm gonna post it on Facebook. This person cannot make change. All right. What percentage of men are too tall without bending, blah, 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 and what percentage of women? So too tall would be what? To the right, here, and there. So let's go ahead and find this Z-score right here. So I'll take my 80 and subtract my mean for my men, 68.6, over 2.8, and somebody give me that Z-score. 4.07. And we know that anything above 3.5 is 0.99999, right? So, this area right here for the 80 is 0.9999. And that goes all the way from the left all the way up to here. So this is a real difficult question for those that are listening. What's this area?
0.0001.
Didn't get anything past y'all. So 0%. And probably going to come out the same with the women because the door is so high. I mean, 80 inches, divide 80 by 12. What do you get? What's 80 divided by 12? Usually the standard door is 8 foot. Or, I'm sorry, 7 foot. Okay, well. So close to 7 foot. Alright, so let's do the women. So that'd be 80 minus, I can't see it, what is it, 63 point, what? Divided by 2.5. And somebody give me that Z-score. 6.48, which we know is the same as the blue. 0.9999. So it's 0% also. Or technically you could say 0.01%, because if you move the decimal over 2 places, it's 0.01%, which is 1/100th of a percent.
So when this thing goes on to ask,
No, I just don't understand. I just don't understand people. Okay, B. That a statistician designs a house so that all of the doorways have heights that are sufficient for all men except the tallest 5%. What doorway height should we use? Should be used? If a statistician designs a house, blah, 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 so that the doorways have the heights that are sufficient for all men except for what? The tallest 5%. So you got a what? What is this? Is that a z-score or area? It's an area of 0.0500, which means the complement is what? So somebody find me the z-score for 0.9500, or put it in your inverse norm. Everybody get 1.65? So what are we going to use now? Oz plus mu, right? So to find our door for the men, what'd you get? 1.6 what? 1.65 times their 2.8 and add it to 68.6. Somebody crank that out for me. 73.22. So they would make a door with a height of 74 inches. I doubt very seriously they'd make a door 73.22 inches. They either make it 73 inches or 74 inches. No, I'm talking about in real life. To plug it in for the test, you read the directions. So what's A? 0.01. I thought it would be 0.01. Okay. I'm going to put 0.01 and see what it says.
I mean, when I did it, I put 0 and it said it.
And what about the women? All right, somebody with it says round to the nearest tenth. 73.2, which in real life you would not get a door 73.2 inches. People at Lowe's would look at you like you're crazy. No. You would have to get it specially made, and that would cost you 4 or 5 times as much.
So why not just do 73 inches?
Huh? Because the directions say round to the nearest tenth. That's why here. But in real life, you would do 73 or 74. If they even had one. And if they didn't, then you'd have to get it specially made. Just don't invite any tall people to your house. Okay, now this one is one that gets people. This one is kind of a make you think question. So I don't know, some people's head might explode on this one. Because the calculator won't give you the answer. The lengths of pregnancies, and this is a test question, are normally distributed with a mean of 268 and a standard deviation of 15. Find the probability of pregnancy lasting 308 days or longer. This may be not the question I'm thinking about. There's another pregnancy question that gives you a minimum amount of information, and people just sit there and stare at it. I'll see if I can find it. They might have taken it off because too many people complained about it. 268 days with a standard deviation of 15. So the first thing you do is what? Draw a picture. Find the probability of the pregnancy lasting 308 days or longer. I hate passwords. That's another thing I could get rich doing. If I could figure out a way for you mentally to put your password in and not have to type it in, I'd be a millionaire. Okay, Mr. Ali is here, Mr. Bourgeois is here, Miss Brewer. Miss Brown.
Here.
Burris. Copeland. Cothran. Frazier's here. Yates. Gear is here. Glenn is here. Hanks. Hanks not here. Jones not here. Massey's here. McCollum. I thought you were. McElhannon's here. McGuffin. Nix.
Here.
Park. Slice is here. Spencer is not here. Towns is here. Whaley. White is here. My two Williams here. And Young. Okay, ain't got to worry about that now. All right, so the first thing you do is draw a picture. Frozen. We had to do the. What the heck is that? Got videos playing up here. You know, my son decided last night that he wanted to do bench press. I gave him the 45-pound bar. He benched it like 3 or 4 times. 7 years old. Well, he wants to get ready for football. He wants to play football, but I ain't gonna let him go out there and get his head knocked off. So, well, I don't know about that. All right, 268. And 268 plus 15 on both sides. What's the plus side? 283, 298. And left side? Okay, so that takes care of all of that. Find the probability. So they want an area of a pregnancy lasting 308 days or more. They want that area. So that means that we've got enough information to obtain a what? A z-score. So 308, z of 308 is equal to 308 minus 268 over, I can't say 15. What was that, 40 over 15? I'm sorry, what does it come out to be? 2.67. So somebody crank that out on your calculator or look up 2.67. What is it? Sorry again. 9962. Now that is the area to the what? To the left. They want the area to the right. So that's 1 minus 0.9962. And that'll give you I don't know, 0.038. So 0.38% is going to go over 308 days. This is not the one I thought about. I'll see if I can find it on the next problem. Find the length that separates premature babies from those that are not premature. I'm trying to see where does it say there?
No, it's negative because the average is.
No, I'm trying to see where it gives us the.
Yeah, the lowest one is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought they were wanting the highest, 308 days. I'm sorry. Well then, what the heck was 308 days for?
It's part of the.
Oh, I found part A. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought we were already doing. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. Okay. So now we got to find the lowest 4%. I'm sorry. I took my medicine. All right. So 0.04, and that's 2.5 right here. So let's go right here. It's 0.0400. Do your inverse norm of 0.0400 and give me that z-score. Or look it up in the table. What do you get? You got negative what? Everybody get that? Alright, so now you got odds plus mu. So x is equal to 1.75 negative times dang old 15 plus 268. Somebody give me that number. Negative 1.75 times 15 plus 268. 242. So anything below 242 days is what? Premature. So we found the first one. Let's see if we got it right. It says 4 decimal places, 0.0038. And we feel good about ourselves. And 242, and we feel good about ourselves. But that's not the question I'm looking for. They might have taken it out. Too many complaints. Nope. Nope. Let me look back, because I don't want y'all to get it and be moaning and complaining. Don't see it yet. Nope. I guess they took it out. It was about pregnancy, and it was a question that really stumped a lot of people. They didn't give you very much information. So I don't see it. So if I see it, if it pops up on the test, because this thing algorithmically generates, if it does pop up on the test, then, well, I'll try to look at the test and see if it pops up when we go over it. Okay? All right, any questions on that? All right, let's go ahead and quit for today.